How's it going, welders on YouTube? Now, hopefully this video will be of value to welders, engineers, robotics students, and hopefully a few more. I'm about to show you how to access software that costs upwards of $5,000 for free. That's got a lot of value. You're not going to find that on 6061. You're not going to find that on weldingtipsandtricks.com or weld.com. They don't lead you to free stuff. I do. So please click that subscribe button and click that like button. Now, the software that we're going to speak about specifically is Fanuc software for Fanuc Robots. I think the software is actually called RoboGuide, but we'll see that in a moment. Now, a robot typically in welding is used for MIG welding, just straight beads on a fillet weld, or just repetitive tasks. Another thing robots are used for is for plasma spraying, which is also a form of welding. So imagine this is a piston or a metal part. Now what would happen is that you would put this on a on a chuck or something that rotates, and the robot will come in and it will spray a particular metal as the part rotates. Now, when I was in aerospace, they did that to make it so the surface of the part had different mechanical properties, whether it be corrosion resistance, hardness, whatever it needed for the particular application. So, without further ado, let's get into that Fanuc software. Hey again, welders. Now before we get into that Fanuc software, let's take a quick look at this Bloomberg Business Week article. And the title is, "This company's robots are making everything and reshaping the world." Fanuc, a secretive Japanese factory automation business, might be the planet's most important manufacturer. And as we scroll down, here we are. Let's see, more and more, it's Fanuc's industrial robots that assemble and paint automobiles in China, construct complex motors, and make injection molded parts and electrical components. At pharmaceutical companies, Fanuc's sorting robots categorize and package pills. At food packaging facilities, they slice, squirt, and wrap edibles. Now, my experience with the Fanuc robot was with plasma spraying, because as we look right over here, workers have been proved less willing to perform dangerous, monotonous tasks. Plasma spraying is actually pretty dangerous. It poses a hearing hazard, eye hazard, and you can breathe in all of that plasma dust. So you definitely want a robot to do that job. Now, here is a quick peek at the software for the Fanuc robot, and it's called Handling Pro. Now, first off, what you'll see is this. This is called the pendant, or the robot controller. Now, this is actually what you will physically use when you are at the robot, and it'll be this big boxy device. You have to put your hands behind it and push all these fancy buttons to program it and get the robot to move. The good thing about the software is that you can actually practice programming the robot without being in front of one. So here goes a robot that I made just as a quick demonstration. Now, I'm not going to get into a demo of how to make this. You can look that up on YouTube, but you can just see from the software. You can zoom in, zoom out. You can create different objects for the robot to interact with, a table for your object. You can have multiple robots interacting with one another. And yeah, the software is actually pretty cool, in exploring what these things can do. And yeah, like I said, I am not willing to pay for this software. It's pretty damn expensive, but yeah, you can't find it for free. We will get to that. And one other thing too is that if you wanted to, say, demo something for a client, you can actually, boom. Once you've programmed the robot, it'll move along that path for you so you can see how your programming is. Now, that's important because when an engineer was explaining this to me, if the robot moves too fast, it will cut corners. But as you see, it's actually hitting those corners and stopping. So you have to find a sweet spot. You can't just, tell it what to do and it's going to do exactly what you want it to do. So this program is actually really, really useful. Now, the fun part, how do you get this program for free? Well, first off, you have to be familiar with how to torrent something. I'm not going to teach you that. You can look that up on YouTube, how to torrent something. Just download uTorrent or BitTorrent, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go on over to the Pirate Bay. I've already gone there, and you're going to just type in the word Fanuc. And the one you're going to want to download is right here, the one that is 1.81 gigabytes. And download that. There's going to be a crack. Yes, it's a crack is technically a virus, but I mean, trust me, I'm actually using this on my computer, and it's working just fine, and it hasn't infected my computer with anything. So yeah, blame me if you need to. But yeah, here goes $5,000 software for free that can help you if you want to get into plasma spraying, or if you want to learn how to use a robot for MIG welding or anything else. And see, that's another thing too. When I worked at the College of Southern Nevada, they shipped a robot to the school, and it was just sitting in a box collecting dust for over a year. And that's not the only school I've ever seen a robot just sitting collecting dust. It's because it takes a while to learn how to program these robots, and the companies don't exactly send out somebody to teach you, at least for a substantial amount of time. They might send somebody out for a day or two. And on top of it, most of the time, the people that purchase a robot, they're already dropping, hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe $500,000 or more on the robot. And when they find out the software is an extra $5,000, they usually don't buy it. Or if they do, it's going to be in the hands of an engineer or not you. So this is how you get free $5,000 software that might be able to help you with robotics. Please click that subscribe button and that like button. Peace.